You're listening to Real Restaurant Radio, the show that inspires up-and-coming restaurant and bar owners, along with current operators, to pursue their passion in the restaurant business. I am your host, Kostas Lazanas, and I'm joined, as always, with my good friend, Carrie Hodson. Let us guide you through the process of being a successful owner and teach you how to make an impact in today's culinary world. Another episode of Real Restaurant Radio. I am Kostas Lazanas, your host, joined with Carrie Hodson. How you doing, man?
Good. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I think we ended the last episode talking about a animal at the zoo.
Cheetah,
yes.
That's why I never play games with my sister.
You brought a delicious Opa
There you go.
IPA.
Yeah, so this is a New England style IPA. It's version 3.
May I?
Yes, please.
Wow. Hazy.
That's the goal, one of them. Lots of hops, late edition.
ABV?
This one, I think, is 6.5.
Okay. Enough to get you going.
Can't
Okay,
see.
I just missed the glass there.
There's a hole in the can.
That's it. Nice frothy head, beautiful haze, color's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that nose.
Oats, Pilsner, a little bit of wheat.
Very floral.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Reminds me a lot of my first IPA I ever had, which was the Deep Elm IPA.
Really? Okay.
Is that accurate?
That's what it reminds you of. It's American hops, so they're kind of citrusy, floral.
That's probably
a
where
little
I'm
bit
getting from.
spicy, yeah. But it's a lot less bitter.
It is a lot more subtle.
It's pillowy.
You know what? I would actually describe this beer as pillowy,
Yeah, or a Kloud.
like a cloud.
And
yeah.
Lupulin is the powder inside of a hop flower that gives it its unique characteristics.
I like it.
Right on.
Well, Cheetah, they want to charge me $399 a month to deliver food from Restaurant Depot to my kitchen.
That sounds like cheating. No, you got to go pick it up.
So my wife said, get your butt up, drive to Restaurant Depot, walk down every single aisle, pick up every single item, put it in the cart, push that cart to your truck, load everything in your truck, drive all the way back to the restaurant, and unload every single item from your truck and bring it into the restaurant.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And give me $7,000.
I hope you got good parking and it's not raining.
What's your opinion on that?
$7,000 a year.
A year.
How'd you come to that figure?
So it's $399 a month,
Just use that.
which I think that comes like to $4,000 or something like that, or
$4,600.
$4,600. Dude, are you like a savant? You're like a math genius.
I'm not.
And I use Capital One, which if you're a business owner and you're not getting 2% cash back,
Wait, what's in your wallet? Not just
if
We're not getting paid for this, I promise.
if you're not getting 2% cash back, what are you doing? If you own a restaurant, first of all, you're not flying and taking vacations because you own a restaurant.
I don't know. Miles are nice.
Yeah, I'm making the joke though
Sure.
that everyone who owns a
Right.
restaurant should not be on vacation because they should be like grinding in their restaurant. But,
Right.
2% cash back. So if you're with Bank of America or Chase Bank, ditch the 1% and 2% on the volume that restaurant owners spend. I mean, we're talking an extra $5,000 a year
Could be.
on cash back,
Right.
Versus
Put as much on the credit card as possible. But other purveyors like US Foods and Cisco won't let you use a credit card. Or Restaurant Depot are they gonna keep letting you use your credit card?
no, I think does Cisco not let you use the credit card?
I don't use Cisco.
Or Restaurant Depot doesn't let you use the credit card?
US Foods does not.
Okay, I think Cisco does. I should probably know these things. But I think
That could make a big difference.
yeah, it does. Because 2% back. I mean, because we're talking about what we do is we basically make a profit on this on the margins. I mean, after the labor, it's all a math game. Unfortunately, like all of the emotions and all the marketing and all the fun stuff. Unfortunately, it all boils down to
Food costs.
1%, 2%. Like, because as restaurant owners,
can.
we take 10% off the top, and like, so if that 30% creeps up to 33%, your 10% that you take as a profit it shrinks down to 7%. It can shrink down to 6%. It can shrink down to 1%.
Yeah. If you're spending $500,000 on food a year.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hate to take a divergent, but like, if you give out 3 ounces of rice versus 4 ounces, I mean, every little thing counts. And I think when you watch these little cute little shows they have on TLC, Restaurant Unstoppable or Restaurant Nightmares or Restaurant whatever Rescue, it's like, why are you giving the guy a 24-ounce steak? Like, he's just as happy with a 16-ounce steak type thing.
Some of it's marketing.
Sure.
I made the world's largest French fry the other day.
I saw that. How did you do that? Did you cut a whole potato?
It's a whole potato.
And you carved it into the fry?
Carved it into it. Well, we have this one customer.
Was it cooked all the way through?
She's a friend of ours, and she always asks for French fries. It's like, we're a barbecue restaurant, not a grill. Like, we don't have a grill. But she always asks for fries. All right, fine. You want a large fry? I'll make you one. And so I'm very pun-oriented. I love puns.
I love it. Uh-huh.
And so basically take the biggest potato you can find, cut it into a square, peel the ends, and then fry it 15 minutes, bake it for 30, fry it for another 15. Of course, you do the salt brine for 30 minutes first. So it takes like 2 hours.
Slow this down real quick. Tell us how to make a large, extra large. And how do you find the recipe? Do you go on Pinterest or something?
No. I mean,
So you baked it, you fried it, then you baked it.
Well, yeah. To make house fries, you cut the fries into whatever size you want. You soak them in salt water, brine, and then you fry them. And then lots of times you double fry them. So you'll fry them and let them rest and then fry them again. This being so big, you have to kind of treat it like a baked potato. So I fried it 15 minutes, threw it in the oven for 30, and then fried it again.
Okay. And it turned out good?
Yeah, it was fine. It was great.
Nice.
I think we might do something for our, we always do something fun and 420 oriented on 420.
Oh, okay.
That might be our food for that day.
So I like it.
Thinking ahead.
Well,
anyways,
before we diverge off of the mountain lion or the cheetah, whatever we were talking about earlier, I want to talk. So Restaurant Depot, and I guess this is a question that we can debate live here on Real Restaurant Radio: is do you get up and do all those things in the morning and waste from 7 until 11, so 4 hours of your time for basically we did the math off camera for about $140. I hate to be Scrooge here, but I think yes. I think you got to get up and get that food. But it sounds good and it sounds so convenient. And the question you have to ask yourself is the opportunity cost, because everything we do in the restaurant business is an opportunity cost. We give some and we take some, but there's only one of us. We have to choose our time more wisely, I think, than anybody else does in any other business. Right. So what do you think, Carrie? What's your opinion?
Well, like you said off camera, we get a lot through US Foods, or you get a lot through Cisco, and we go to Restaurant Depot for that price cut. Right.
It's a nice price cut.
And the occasional they have something that you can't get through your current vendor. But maybe it would be wise to take that list of things that you get from Restaurant Depot and Sam's Club and Kroger and Walmart or whatever, if the runaround you do, take that list with the prices, and go to your Cisco or US Foods or whoever vendor and say, hey, do you want this business? And how much will you charge me for like items? And then maybe you end up only needing to spend, go every other week to Restaurant Depot and get a couple of little things here and there and still use your credit card.
Okay. Good call.
Like you said, US Foods isn't delivering it for free, even though they don't charge for the delivery. It's built into the cost.
Sure.
So Restaurant Depot has a backwards approach to that because they're starting to do that. Yeah. The delivery. US Foods is trying to creep in on Restaurant Depot's playground by opening a chef store.
Yeah. They're both basically competing with very strongly.
Absolutely. So, and they know that on every all the way up to the top to the CEOs.
Sure, they
all
both
the way
know what's
down
going
to
on.
the sales guys.
Yeah.
And so,
But the app is so cool. I think I just let you
Use
play with
that.
the app a little bit. It's really neat. Like I think it's better than a Cisco app, honestly. Like you can actually choose each and every single item you want. Just add it to the
what
cart.
if they don't have your item though?
You can actually press a button there that they actually accounted for that by having a substitute button. So you can press substitute. Which what's the substitute mean to somebody who's pulling your food, right?
Sometimes it's not what you want.
Yeah.
So we've gotten a substitute of a substitute for salad because there's a romaine salmonella maybe or something.
Yeah, the romaine scare. Trust me, I know because I use a lot of salad in my restaurant.
So we've gotten substitutes of our salad. And
Wait, you sell salad at your restaurant? I didn't know that.
Occasionally, with brisket on top.
Brisket salad.
Or a whole half chicken.
There you go.
Yeah, we sell salad, and they're good. And you spent a lot of time picking which product we wanted, and we can't get that one. So we substitute to another one, and then we can't get that one. So we got this stuff that's terrible. And so we have to call our rep and say, hey, we don't want this. Come take it away.
Sure. And the way it works with Cheetah is they told us that basically whenever you're doing your load in, whenever you're checking your order off, you can send whatever you don't want straight back.
If you're there to check it in, though.
If you have somebody, in which you should obviously, train your staff to check it in.
I don't know. We don't. No one's there when we get deliveries.
Because you get your night drops, right?
Key drops. So you give them a key, code to your alarm if you need to. We have our walk-in cooler out back. It's detached from our building, so they come through the gate and they open that. They don't come into the restaurant, and they drop everything in our walk-in cooler. So then it's our.
That's convenient.
So all we've got is the order list, and the guy throwing the truck is what we call it. Just putting away the grocery list. Has to make sure that we got everything and it's all right.
Yeah.
So we lose that opportunity to just say, no, here, take it back. But our rep, this is where having a good relationship with your sales rep is important because you can text them, and if they're doing their job right, they'll come and pick it up.
No, 100%. No, I agree 100% with that. But yeah, that's crazy how life throws you curveballs because I've been doing the same thing for 5 years nonstop. Mm-hmm. Driving there every Friday morning for 5 years straight, picking up all that food.
So make a list of what you get from both vendors.
That's what I'll do.
Compare and contrast.
Yeah.
And then talk to both. I don't think you have a rep at Restaurant Depot, do you?
No. Talk to the GM, but nevertheless, I mean, their prices are not going to change at Restaurant Depot. I mean, they're pretty much rock solid. I mean, that's what you get is what you see is what you get at Restaurant Depot.
I guess. I mean, that's nice. It's like working with CarMax versus working with a dealership where let me go talk to my manager and see what I can do. Sure. Exactly. Or buying a timeshare.
Exactly.
Let me go see if I can work out a better deal.
Hey, we're just keeping it real. This Real Restaurant Radio. We don't know what we're doing either, I mean, we're learning every day. We know what we're doing. We're in business after
the game
total of almost 10 years between the two of us.
The game keeps changing though.
But the game keeps changing, and we just recently talked about online ordering systems. Like this is all new stuff to us, and as restaurant owners, we have to be able to adapt and catch all of this changing market around us because it's always changing. Like what's a new social media platform? I mean. Do we have a restaurant Snapchat? Is our restaurant a hotspot on Snapchat? I mean, do we have Pokemon at our restaurant? Remember that the Pokemon thing was a craze last year, I think.
Yeah, we bought into that for a minute. We even made a Poke Brew.
A Poke Brew?
Peekabrew. There. Yeah.
I mean, what's next? Because I have to ask it's not even my servers. My servers are 18. I have to ask the 12-year-olds that are coming in at the restaurant. It's hey, what's the newest hottest thing?
Greek brew pub.
Yeah, right. Greek brew pub.
Who knows, man? Yeah.
Who knows?
It's the same with beer styles. It's the same with cocktails. I think food too.
With food too, yeah.
I mean, how many ways can you reinvent bacon?
Hey, we had our brown sugared maple syrup bacon, our millionaire bacon. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You serve it as a entree or not entree, like an appetizer?
Side item for brunch.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just rub it down with some brown sugar and some maple syrup. Bake it in the oven. Comes out like beautiful. Yeah, candied bacon.
Awesome.
Yeah, you have to add that to your intrinsic brunch menu.
We make all of our brunch bacon
Yeah, you should.
in house. Yeah.
What do you mean you make your brunch bacon? Like you cut
We
the...
cure it and we smoke it.
Oh,
and,
look at you
yeah.
go. Good
I
job,
know.
Carrie.
I know.
Well, I think Opa Greek Taverna will be going to Intrinsic. I think we have to figure out some type of contract because we'll be featuring the brisket pasticcio on our new menu we're launching for 2019.
Cool.
So super excited about that. Really awesome. We actually at Opa Greek Taverna, we're actually gonna have...
It's good, man. It's really good.
It was a good dish, right? Because I know you did a special. Are you still doing that? A special every month?
Now that we launched our brunch menu, we're doing
You haven't-
we're doing our brunch menu for a little while.
Okay.
8 items, and then we'll kind of rotate those items in and out. Like the angel food cake French toast might turn into a lemon pound cake French toast, and then we might drop the brisket.
But what about
breakfast
your monthly
sandwich
special?
and bring in a new monthly special, or
Okay, gotcha.
That kind of keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Because you've got to reinvent. We're at that time where we've got to reinvent ourselves every once in a while.
Sure.
I think this summer we'll come out with a new bar menu, and
It's so funny because your the timing on your brunch is basically parallel to the timing on my brunch. I launched brunch my third year of business as well. Because I was in your footsteps. I was like, how can I make more money? Because
Sundays suck.
or whatever. Yeah, like I don't get my first table till 2 p.m.
Yeah,
Like, how can I
try
capitalize
to-
on the 10 to 2 business? And the way I came up with my brunch menu, if you guys want to know, is I went to Yelp. I typed in brunch. I typed in city. I typed in New York City. I went, sort by most popular to least popular. I went on the picture pages. What looked the best, right? So I went on all these pages. I went to Chicago. I went to San Francisco. I went to Miami. And I went to the best brunch restaurants in the entire United States. And I picked and choose and I handpicked.
Nothing from North Dakota,
And,
Tulsa.
Wyoming, maybe not. Yeah. Went to Wyoming and I found this. No, anyway. But that's what I did. I was like, I took that just for inspiration. I didn't like copy. But I was like, how can I take this product, this dish, Greekify it, and twist it to make it my own? Or what I like to call my brunch is a European brunch. A European experience is what I like to call it.
Right.
Come into Opa Greek Taverna's European experience brunch, which we actually had brunch together.
Yeah, that was
before.
really nice.
Yeah. So
It's a good date.
yeah, right. So yeah, that's how I made my brunch, and that's if you guys were trying to open a restaurant, I recommend if you want to open up a barbecue restaurant, type in I don't know, Texas, Austin, Texas.
Shoot me an email.
or email Carrie at realrestaurantradio.com. But yeah, that's the thing is we're not reinventing the wheel. Like I'm not the first guy to own a Greek restaurant, and Carrie's not the first guy to open a smokehouse. It's just like, how can we make it unique and differentiate your product?
Yeah, you have to also cater to your clientele. There are some things that we tried to do that we thought would go and be huge, and then
Like what?
just ended up kind of flat. And so we're like, well, this other thing's doing really well, so maybe we should do more of that.
That's funny how that works out.
Well, one of our beers, our hibiscus wit beer, we love. We just thought it would kill the market, and it sells like mad in our tap room. But other bars and restaurants just don't want to buy a beer with hibiscus flowers in it for some reason.
What is selling good out in the market for you?
Our IPAs. So to the world, we're an IPA brewery.
You mean the Chubby Unicorn?
One of them, yeah. Chubby.
We sell it like crazy at our restaurant.
Our brewed
Thanks for that.
IPAs. This Lupulin Kloud sells itself. It just kind of how it's working out for us.
How long has the Lupulin Kloud been on the market for distribution?
2 weeks.
2 weeks only? Okay.
They're getting another batch today.
Okay.
So-
Cool. I'll have to call the distributor up. What's the distributing company?
Flood.
Flood.
Yeah,
Flood.
Ben's probably your guy.
Okay, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's so basically to cheetah or not to cheetah. That is the question. So I will definitely be working on that this month.
Don't make it about how you feel and what your experience is. Make it about, well, a little of your experience, but temper it with actual hard facts. What you feel like you're going to save more money going one way or the other, but do you know?
Sure.
It's like you feel like this food product you're putting out is making you a bunch of money. Like, yeah, man, people are ordering chicken and waffles like crazy. But you know what our highest food cost item is on our brunch menu? Our chicken and waffles.
Yeah. You have to pick and choose. Yeah, 100%.
So temper your feelings with facts and make wise decisions in that regard.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. So you have to take the emotions out of, I think
sometimes
restaurant owners are probably more emotional than anybody else because we sweat and we bleed and we die for our restaurant. But none of that's really relevant. It's a numbers game.
Well, some of these items are part of your identity, though. You can't just take away the euro.
Yeah, of course. Which actually, that's a great profit margin because the euro is actually really cheap and really easy to make.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you. And
same thing with your brisket, I assume, right? I mean, brisket's relatively, cheaper than ribs and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It is. And, I mean, pork's probably the best, but...
Yeah, pork is the best.
We're in Texas, so beef country.
We sell a lot of pork because I have my customers are I feel like people down south, I don't know what your opinion is, but I feel like pork is like, people are like reluctant. And as a foodie, like myself, I love ordering pork. Like, I order pork all the time, but a lot of people like are chicken or beef.
Right. I think that's just a Texas thing. It's not necessarily a completely southern thing. I know a lot of barbecue restaurants further north, pork is king.
Yeah, and even in my native, my dad's native country, Greece, I mean, we eat pork souvlaki, which is like pork meat on a stick all the time. Mm-hmm. And
it's easier to raise a pig than a cow.
Yeah, and I just like, and for us
it's cheaper too.
Yeah, as far as us, like, buying pork butts, you can buy them for $1 a pound type thing, $2 a pound, versus lamb, which is like $5 or $6 a pound.
Part of it is Texas restaurants and especially barbecue restaurants tend to neglect their pork.
Pork is good, man,
and don't do a really great job of it at it.
I love pork. I think it's very underrated. I'm doing pork is going to be my New Year's Eve dish. Pork souvlaki.
Okay.
With, I think pork is a good luck charm for New Year's.
Is it?
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
I thought it was just black eyed peas.
Eyed peas, I think collard greens or greens or something like that in general.
Okay. So you got a special menu going on.
We do. Yeah, we're going to do pork souvlaki with black eyed peas and some greens with like a olive oil feta.
Okay.
Something green. I'm gonna Greekify it. Maybe I might do like some feta cream spinach or something green. Green basically signifies money and wealth and prosperity for the new year. Mm-hmm. So you want to eat a lot of greens. I don't know. Pork, I think, is like eating high on the hog or like something to that effect. I forgot what pork
Maybe it
does.
has to do with Chinese New Year.
What does black eyed peas have to do?
I don't know.
There's something. I think during a famine sometime, if you had peas, you could survive a famine. So it was like a good thing. I'm not sure.
Let's fact check.
I read that, right? Yeah, exactly. You guys out there fact checked us. Please let us know. Cool. What are you guys doing for New Year's Eve?
So this year's a little different. Our first year, we did a ticketed event because we had only been open for 20 days or so, 25 days. Kind of sold all the seats and pulled out all the spots, all the stops, and that worked out well. Every other year, we just kind of did an open format party. We had food available for free, like chips and dip.
Cool.
And every hour, we'd bring out something like a brisket crostini or something new, the black eyed peas.
Did you charge a cover fee or something like that?
No.
How'd you compensate for the food costs?
People are
alcohol
just
sales?
there. Yeah, we were throwing a party.
So you're betting on the alcohol sales then?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And we because we knew people would be drinking more, we wanted to make sure that we had access to food at all times, just to keep people safe. This year, however, since we were closed on Mondays all the time, it falls on a Monday. And people are used to us being closed now. We're going back to the ticketed event. So we're doing a 4-course beer dinner, and then from 7 to 9, and then after 9, it's open to the public.
Cool.
So we'll see how it works. We haven't sold very many tickets yet, but
maybe me and my wife might come by and check it out.
Yeah, I wish I could come to your party.
I got to see if she's pregnant or not.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you. Oh, man. Oh, no. We're running out of time over here, guys.
TikTok.
We're running out of time over here at Real Restaurant Radio. No, but just to wrap it up real quick for you guys, you're going to always be dealt these situations where you have to make a decision. Do you go to Restaurant Depot? Do you go to Cisco? Do you go to U.S. Foods? Like, pick and choose your battles and do what's best, like, for your situation. Like, if you have the staff to go out and pick up food for you, like, that's great. But if you don't, like, maybe you utilize one of these companies that can do it for you. And it's either how much money you can make or how much money you can save. So it's a mindset thing too. So if you can make more, like, think about, that's just how much more money you have to make to compensate for that cost.
Right.
So you have either a offensive mindset or a defensive mindset, right? Wouldn't you say, Kerry?
Yeah, it kind of boils down to time management.
Sure.
And how well have you trained your team?
An opportunity cost, right? Like, do I make more money not doing those things, or do I save more money doing those things?
Right. So, I mean, you just got to be honest with yourself and look at the facts and make the best decision given your circumstance.
That's it. The facts will set you free.
All right.
Hey, cheers to, tell me the name of this beer again.
Lupulin Kloud.
Lupulin Kloud, a pillowy, delicious, juicy IPA.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. My name is Kostas again with Real Restaurant Radio. Just real quick, you can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher. Also, we have a YouTube channel. You have to go to Opa Greek Taverna YouTube channel. We'll have all of this so you can see our beautiful faces recording this podcast. Check out Kerry at Intrinsic Smokehouse and Brewing Company, Kostas at Opa Greek Taverna, and hopefully we'll have a realrestaurantradio.com launched and
for the new year.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we will see you next time at Real Restaurant Radio. Cheers.
If you want to, I'll get you flowers waiting around the bend. Baby, let's just pretend. I wanna stay like this forever. I wanna stay right here with you. I wanna stay right here with you.